this is good. Just gotta clean my room. Because my room is so messy. But you'll never know because you can't see. Go to about here. Hello. Welcome to my YouTube Q&A. And I do have a new camera, so I'm excited. I still have to play around with it. So bear with me with that, but this is my old camera. A Canon G7X, the OG. It was great, but it didn't have a mic input, so I couldn't do mic'd up sessions. I couldn't have a microphone on it or anything. Just wasn't doing the job. So I got a Sony. So I got a Sony. I need my phone. So, phone, John. Got my phone. Oh! And my water, because I'm gonna get thirsty. I'm gonna need my phone because all the questions on it. I asked on my Instagram literally not so long ago what questions to ask me. So I don't think there'll be that many. I'll be surprised though. And I need to find what... Oh my god, the box is right here. I always forget the name, but it's a ZV E10 camera. Shout out to my friend Arthur, who helped me pick the camera because he's a gun and he just had a kid and she looks absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Arthur, for helping me pick out a camera. So let us start my Q&A. Clear my voice. Alright, let's get started. Ow. Okay. I don't know why I'm sitting like this, but it feels like I'm really tight, so I'm like sort of half stretching, half doing this video. Not. Alright. Let's go on to Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, my tag is Desi Johnson with 2 N's at the end. Up here. Also my TikTok is as well. Exactly the same. Holy crap. I put this up 30 minutes ago. And I think we have plenty for this video. So let's do it. Sometimes I get the weirdest ones ever, so I may or may not talk about them. I mean, say them. Because you guys just sometimes just comment stupid stuff. Okay, first one. How tall am I? Everyone always asks this. So I am 179 centimeters, which is 5'10", I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, 179 centimeters tall. If you could picture yourself... could you picture yourself moving to a different country? No. I like Australia too much. I couldn't even picture myself moving like states or like where I live. Like I live on the Gold Coast at the moment and I couldn't even picture myself moving to Brisbane, which is like 30 minutes away, 40 minutes away. Like I'm content in the Gold Coast. I really love it. I know with like the new sport that I'm going to be doing, I'll be spending most of my time overseas, which will be really cool. It'll be fun, but I couldn't move overseas. I don't know where I'd go. Like if I had to, nah, I'd get too homesick. I just couldn't do it. I don't know. There's like nowhere I would move to. I haven't really like travelled that much. Like the only places I've ever been to are Bali, Thailand, Switzerland and France and Dubai airport. But that's it. So I am uncultured. I'm going to New Zealand this year though, and hopefully I'll be going to Canada and then to Europe at the end of the year and stuff, which will be good. So maybe my mind might change, but nah, I don't think it will. Your go-to song to get you pumped up for the gym? I don't know. Like, I'm always so different, like in different moods. But if I'm lifting heavy, like I need... Okay, I'll tell you the genre that I always go to, which probably surprises some people, but I always go to UK grime. Like, give me some UK grime and I'll be lifting heavy. Like, I love UK grime. It's so good. So I just pump some of that on. Sometimes I have like a playlist that I listen to at the moment that's like remixes of UK grime, and it's pretty good. I was really, like when I was doing like squats and stuff, I was really getting into what's it called? Oh, Ratatata. Skrillex. Where has Skrillex been? Like all of a sudden gone, and then next minute they're back. I think that's with Fred again, I think. I don't know. Fred again is so good, so I listen to Fred again as well. But I listen to like so much. Like I could be in a mood and listen to R&B and like I don't have a specific song. But that Ratatata song, I listen to it too much now. I just like, I'll listen to it and I'm like, go away. I always do that. How did you hurt your foot? And how's your ankle doing? So I'll go back to how I hurt it and how it's going. So it's sort of like a long-term injury from like sprinting and everything. So when I was 15, it was when I first sort of hurt it, when I felt it hurt. And it was my navicular, which is the bone right there. I'll show you my scar. I don't know if you can see it. Like right there. So that's my scar, if you can see. And it's like thick as. Anyway. I'm gonna put my sock back on. So I hurt my foot basically like just from sprinting. So apparently the anatomy of my foot, like when I plant it and everything, is just terrible. So I had lots of problems with my dorsiflexion. So like say
this, you're supposed to hit the ground with your foot like that, right? So that's my leg.
Am I explaining this really weirdly? Okay. So you're supposed to plant your foot like down like that, okay? I was pointing my foot way too much. So I would strike the ground and my toes would be down, and that would put too much pressure in where my navicular is, which is a bone. So this is your navicular in your foot. Very important bone because we all have it when we walk. Your talus navicular and your navicular clash together when you walk. So every time you step or run, they do this. And obviously the way I was positioning my foot, I was hitting it really hard when I was sprinting on it, and because I was putting so much force into it with my acceleration and sprinting, it decided to start to crack, and I was bruising it a lot, and I caused lots of stress on that navicular bone. I'm really explaining this really weird. Please let me know if I'm explaining this weird, but I always blubber on. Anyway, that bone ended up being really stressed. Why it's called a stress fracture or a stress injury. So it was a stressed injury at first. They thought they saw a hairline fracture when I was 15. Chucked me in a boot. Wasn't really diagnosed properly. And then I think I came back too soon and wasn't really recovered properly with the person I was seeing at the time. I was very young. Didn't really know. And then a year later, my foot decided to go again. And I was like even in more pain. And I got scanned again multiple times, back in a boot. Didn't say that it was fractured, just said it was a stress injury, so it didn't seem as bad to me. And then it got like all good. It ended up happening again. I was back in a boot. I sort of had time, like lots of time off it. Injury focus led to another thing, which is the funny thing about me. I'm always injured and I don't know why. It's really annoying. But it went from my foot to my back, and I ended up stress fractured the exact same thing in my L4s. So my right side was nearly all the way through my L4 was fractured. And then my left side was like a little fracture. I think it was like a hairline or something. Yeah, and I'd been sitting on like that back fractures all year, basically. So I ended up having stress fractures in my back, and that was 2018, so I was 17. And that was after I was competing, like doing heptathlons and everything, and I was really excited, looking forward to competing the next year, trying to qualify for World Juniors and stuff, which was where my focus was, which kind of all got destroyed by my back and my foot. So then, yeah, basically I had to have lots of time off, and that whole year I just couldn't come back. I was basically 15 weeks doing nothing at all. Like, I wasn't allowed to do much at all. Even like a walk was like, you know, settle down, don't do too much walking. Like, it was a lot of lying down and everything. Very painful. But yes. And then my back started to get better, started to go back to training regularly and trying to get fit again. And then my foot started to become a problem again, because obviously it hasn't been diagnosed properly, whatever. No one's actually figured out the real reason why it keeps getting a stress fracture. So and I ended up going in a boot, and then I ended up coming out of the boot and going and having surgery on my foot, where they shaved off, because they found a spur on the bone, so they shaved the spur off the bone to see if that would relieve the pain and fix it. And it only got worse from there. Like, I was like, say if I did that, I'd be in so much pain. Like, I'd want to cry. Like, my foot was so sore. Like, I could not do anything on it. I tried to come back to sprinting. I just couldn't come back properly. Yeah, and then it started to become a real problem again. When I moved to another coach and were trying to get me back. And as soon as I'd come back to trying to do anything over an acceleration phase, which was over 30-40 meters, my foot would just blow up. And it was so sore and everything. So ended up getting another scan again, multiple scans, seeing my surgeon again, and he just went, all right, I've spoken to a panel. I'm going to try and, you know, cheat on your foot. Because he found a fracture going horizontal, basically. Usually fractures go right down your foot, and then you can just break it, and then you can put a screw in it, and it usually, you know, you can recover off that faster. Mine was just like a fracture going horizontal, so it wouldn't break, like it wouldn't go all the way through, it couldn't, and it wouldn't heal either because there wasn't enough blood supply in that area to heal it. So he decided to cut the fracture actually out of my foot. So and then he also put a screw through my foot, so it went through that way through there, but he cut the fracture out on that one, and then he drilled multiple holes in my foot, in my bone to create blood flow to promote healing. It's now been nearly 11 months since post-surgery, and I am still very, very slow on my comeback. I tried to do some jogging and some drills like recently. My foot didn't like it, did not tolerate it at all. Oh, the post girl's here. Thank you. Yeah, you too. Bye-bye. I gotta get the post. It's from Gymshark. Got 2 packages actually. I would do my next, one of these videos is going to be a haul. Anyway, let's get back to it. Yeah, anyway, had surgery. Still to this day, my foot is playing up, and I'm now going on the Ultra G trying to fix it. So the Ultra G is an ultra gravity machine, which basically takes the weight off your foot so you can sprint and run on it without pain. So I'm doing that at the moment. Slow progress back, but I'm going to give it all this year so I can get back healthier and stronger than before. So yeah. Next one. Surf trip to Hawaii. Please. I've never been to Hawaii. Always wanted to go to Hawaii. So if someone gives me tickets to Hawaii, I'll go. Where am I from? I'm from Australia, baby. So I was born in a little country town called Miles. But basically been on the Gold Coast my whole life, so I'm a Gold Coast girl. Natty or enhanced physiques? I get this question all the time. Oh, I'm sorry, but I am definitely not enhanced. I have not touched anything in my life, and I never will. So I'm completely natural. I work hard for who I am and what I do. Like even with like sport, you're not allowed to have any banned substances or anything in your proteins and stuff. So I currently am with Optimum Nutrition. And use their products, and all the products that they use are HACCP certified, which is athlete approved. So they've gone through tests and everything to make sure there's nothing in them. So I am like to the T natural. Like I do not touch anything. I know this is like not a banned substance, like I can actually take it, it's athlete approved, but I don't even have creatine. Like the only thing that I do have in my day is protein powder and pre-workout. Only things. I don't know how many calories I eat every day. Someone's asked me how many calories do I eat. I don't know at the moment. But I try and eat, I don't really count my calories, so I just try and eat everything that has no preservatives in it. And lots of protein, like my meat. I eat like kangaroo meat. And I try and get my omega-3s in with my salmon, my fish. Lots of veggies. Like I eat loads of veggies. I love them. But yeah, that's all my questions I'm going to do today. I am now going to eat some lunch. And yeah, let me know what you want to see next. Bye bye.